got involved in FAPSU, Franklin Area Parents and Students United, in part because of an experience I had as a municipal judge, homecoming not last year, but I believe it was 2 years ago, when over that homecoming weekend, so it was about this same time of the year 2 years ago, 25 kids were arrested that weekend for underage drinking. And as I sat there as judge and tried to decide what was fair and what was appropriate and what was right for each individual case, I also thought to myself, you know, we as a community, not just the schools, but we as a community, that's all of us, parents, all of us, have to do something proactively to deal with this problem. It's not enough to ask that the police department deal with the problem after it's already occurred. It's up to us to try to do something as a community to prevent the problem from happening in the first place. I want to leave time for questions and answers. I know that's part of what the group wants to do. So I'm going to be brief. I'm going to talk about one one subject that I think is kind of interesting. Bear in mind that I'm a father of 2 children that went all the way through the Franklin school system, K through 12. So some of the issues that you're facing are issues that I faced when my kids were that age too. And one of the issues that I'd like to talk about is what should you do if your kids want to have a party, perhaps a homecoming party, or perhaps someday down the road a prom party or something like that at your house. And it may be that an issue is going to come up. Okay, not only are they going to have a party, but someone wants to bring some alcohol there, and the kids may tell you, well, you know, we're just going to have you know, a glass of beer each, and we'll make sure we'll keep an eye on it, and it's not going to be a whole lot. And other parents do it, and other kids are doing that all the time. And why can't you be cool like so-and-so's parents? They're cool because they let us do it, and that kind of thing. And those are issues that come up. In the city of Racine, there is an ordinance pending before the Common Council that would make it an offense punishable by up to a $5,000 fine any adult who knowingly serves alcohol to a minor. And that, I don't think that's passed yet, but that's before the Racine Common Council now. The things that I would tell you in a nutshell, don't do it. A lot of reasons. The first thing that we all think of course, is what if the kids drive and get into an accident? You may say, well, we'll take the keys away, we'll make sure that the kids don't have access to keys, they won't be able to drive, we'll take care of that problem. Don't let yourself be fooled. Don't think that these kids aren't smart enough to have perhaps brought a second set of keys, or have someone else bring in keys, or perhaps even they're going to try to walk from where you live to their home or something like that. That's extremely dangerous, it's extremely risky, it's something that you don't want to put them in a position to do. Second thing, even getting rid of the driving while drunk, and I think we all worry about driving while drunk because, as you know, Wisconsin has led the United States in sort of a despicable statistic, but we have led the United States for the past 5 years in the number of DWI arrests in this country. We also have more bars per capita, in other words, more bars per person than any state in the United States. That's Wisconsin. So you may say, well, what if we take the keys away, we don't have to worry about driving, we can avoid that problem. That's not going to happen. It's correct that because kids don't know their limit, they don't know how much alcohol they can take, they don't know how much alcohol is safe, you run the risk of them becoming ill. You saw the statistics, the information about how alcohol affects the stomach lining, affects the brain, affects the nervous system. You run risk of kids suffering from alcohol poisoning, vomiting. You run the risk of kids falling down stairs or tripping over things or falling over furniture. Don't think that the only way kids are going to get hurt is by driving if they've been consuming alcohol. That's a false belief. They have run great risk of suffering physical consequences, perhaps as bad as alcohol poisoning, perhaps as bad as something that's going to make them extremely ill, and perhaps even be life-threatening.